Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for October 30th, 2015. And for today, we're going to have mostly sunny skies today. Eventually, you might have a few clouds to start here, but high pressure is going to move in from the Ohio Valley. So by the time we get to this evening, we're going to have nothing but clear skies heading to the overnight hours. So we are going to be below normal temperatures here both today and tomorrow. And actually pretty close to normal here on Sunday, but it's going to be below normal for the next couple of days, but only slightly below normal. Here's your high pressure here sitting in the Ohio Valley this evening, and again, those winds coming in from the northwest are going to allow for a few wind gusts up to about 25 miles per hour today. Nothing too terrible, not as windy as it has been in recent days here with that storm that pulled away here. So not really much in the way of precipitation to deal with either until we get to maybe Sunday. But even then, I think that's just going to be a cold front that looks like it's going to fall apart. Here's a look at Saturday morning. High pressure still in control of our weather here. If you look to the west here, you can see the cold front, which is our next precipitation maker, or at least it's going to attempt to bring us some precipitation. Here's a look at Saturday evening. Still dry across our coverage area here, and then we move a little bit forward into the late night hours here on Saturday night. You can see the cold front here making its march eastward here. Here's your cold front sitting like this, area low pressure attached to it up in the Great Lakes. This is moving eastward, but there's not a lot of precipitation with it, and this falls apart in the next frame here. You can see very next frame here is right here. You can see the mountains are just eating it up, and there's not a lot of moisture associated with it, so it really falls apart as it moves eastward. And then in the next frame here Sunday evening. We're actually improving conditions with some partly to mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon. So the weekend as a whole should be mostly dry. Just that opportunity for the early shower on Sunday morning. Of course, mostly sunny on Saturday with temperatures in the mid-50s for many areas, give or take a few north and south. But overall should be a nice weekend. And then we're going to have this system here we're going to keep an eye on. It looks like it's going to stay to our south on most individual ensemble members. So there's a couple models suggesting this would come up and give us a little bit of rain here as we got into early next week. I really don't think it does at this point, just because it doesn't have a lot of ensemble support showing that it comes up and affects our area at all. So I do think that stays south of the region, and we are going to warm up once we get into especially the early part of next week, and then especially the middle part of next week are really going to start warming up here as a ridge builds in over the eastern United States. And let me just show you that. Here's the ensemble guidance. Now, when you're looking at ensembles, you're looking at not just one model, but you're looking at a lot of models that are just averaged together. So this is what you get if you average those all together. Of course, if you're running the same model over and over again, 16, 20, 50 times, depending on what model you're using, you can get a better idea of agreement within the model itself. So this is what we use to look at some long-range anomalies here. Here is a deep trough that is settling over the area here for Friday or today and again on Saturday. But this will be a short-lived shot of cool air, and you can see that's not really cold. We're talking about below normal temperatures, but we're not talking about really below normal. So this is going to kick out pretty quickly, and then by the time we get to the middle of the week here, there's a big ridge that's going to be setting up over the eastern United States. This is a very impressive ridge, so we're probably going to get up. Some areas are going to get into the 70s again. It looks like as we get into the 3rd, 4th, 5th of November. It looks like especially, and then we're going to take a probably just a slightly above average trek of time over the period of time after that. Once we get past the 5th, it will be above average, but I don't think it's going to be quite as warm as it will be here for the 2nd through the 5th of November here. It looks like that's when you have this deep trough out west here that's going to allow for a ridge in the east. This is kind of the opposite of the pattern we're going to be in the next 2 days. So this is what we're expecting at the beginning of November. We kind of level off a little bit, and we should be going to more of a zonal pattern, but still slightly above average at least. Some above average regardless. We're expecting for the entire month of November here, it looks like. So we're going to have this pattern in effect with more zonal flow once we get into to the second week in November into the middle of the month of November, it looks like. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for October 30th, 2015. Have a great Friday.